Hey, this is Ron's Bass Lessons coming at you with another lesson. This is Jonny Lang. This is before you hit the ground. It's actually pretty simple as far as the chord structure. It's just E blues, and on the turnaround he does the half step up from the 5. So it's E, A, B, and then he steps up half step to C and back to B on the turnaround. Other than that, structure doesn't change at all. There's no weird bridge where the chord changes. There is a bridge, but it's just the same chords, slow, half time. So it's basically funk, blues, funky bass line, and to my opinion, funky bass line is about minimalism and not overplaying. So the basic riff in the E is around this kind of thing. So you're on the 7th fret on the E, and you're digging on the minor 3rd G on the 5th fret on the D string, and then you're also hitting the flat 7th and up to the root again, and then I like to do some passing tones up also on the 5th and the 7th on the top string, so sort of like this kind of thing. And then you're here, if you listen real carefully with headphones, every once in a while he's grabbing a couple of high notes just for a little bit of sort of funky thing. So you can grab like the octave of the E on the 9th fret, and also the G on the 12th kind of has a little funk too, because again it's a flat 7. So sort of like. So most of the time I hear him sitting on that flat 7th, and sometimes I like to kind of resolve, I'm sorry, on the flat 3rd, and sometimes I kind of like to resolve on the flat 7th just for something different. So either like that's staying on the 7th, and then this on the 3rd, and then this is going to the 7th. Yeah, just a little tiny different flavor, and again with the coming up one more string, and everything's on the pretty much on the 5th and 7th. So one more time, slow. So pretty much any combination of those notes that's in time is going to pretty much work. And then when he switches to the 4 chord, the A chord, he's mostly just funking it up on the root note and then climbing up a little bit, like the 6th to the flat 7th, etc. So, and once in a while, I hear him hitting maybe the octave of the A once in a while. And then he kind of works his way up on a climb back to the 1 chord after he sits on that chord. So, and then the 5 chord, the B minor, is just kind of like just kind of chopping at it. So it's a, that's like the least funky part. It's just sort of meat and potatoes, like a turnaround, and that's pretty much all the parts. Like I said, there's a slow part in there where he just kind of floats, in the bridge, and also during the singing he's not funking it up. He's just kind of sitting on, especially on the 1 chord. So I have to kind of just thump on the low one, maybe hit the octave, and then when he hits the 4 chord, even during the singing, then you can do a little bit more gentle, funky. Okay, and the same thing on the turnaround during the singing. I mean, you'll hear it. It's just pretty much just just hitting the notes. So on the studio version, there's like 2 verses, the bridge, and then an outro. It's pretty short song. So I did make a tab of it. You know, feel free to ask if you want it, but I think I showed all the parts and more of what I wrote down in tabs. So very cool. You know, like most good blues, man, simple but very cool. And I give Jonny Lang a lot of credit for taking the art form and making it interesting. So all right, we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot and have fun.